What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about the top 5 businesses you can start in 2018. Now, they are in descending order from my least favorite to my favorite. They're all good businesses. The majority of them I already do, except for number 5, which we'll get into. Now, make sure you stay till the end to hear the top 1, 2, and 3 because they're by far the best. Some of them take zero money to start. Some of them take less time to do. And they're just a little bit different models, but they all work. You can make a lot of money with all of them, full-time income, 6 figures. So stay to the end and make sure you hear them all out and choose which one you think would fit best for you. And I'll show you how you can kind of learn for free and even some courses that might be helpful for you. So the first business, now I have this laid out with what the business is, some pros and cons over here, how much work there is, how much money you need to begin, how much time until you're profitable with it on average, how much money you can make. So is it something you can make $100,000 a year, $1 million, a couple $100s a year, which is not going to be the case. These are all above 6 figures a year. How long will it last? Is it something that is around for a year or two? Is it something that's going to be around for a lifetime? And how hard is it to really learn? And you know what? I'll also put competition for you guys. Excuse my writing. This is the best writing I have, which is why I don't write things a lot, but gotta have the whiteboard. It's Wednesday. So first business is gonna be a subscription-based business. Now, the reason being I chose this one, we'll just abbreviate that. The reason I chose this one is the goal with these type of businesses is to build up and then sell them. So let's say you build up a subscriber base of 1,000 people and they're paying $50 a month. You're now making $50,000 a month. If you have a low churn rate, and what churn rate means is people are staying in your business, they're not leaving, you can get very high evaluations. Now, before you get overwhelmed with big words and click off, this one, it sounds like big words. It's pretty simple. Don't think about it that complicated. All of these are relatively simple, and I'll make them easy for you guys. So, subscription-based business, what does that mean? Someone's paying monthly, a monthly fee for some kind of service. A lot of things you see are very popular with this are the subscription boxes. So a gamer's box. I gave the example in one of my videos, like a clue or mystery box or something like that. Now, this work amount for this type of business is a little bit more. So I'm gonna put this one as work amount is relatively high because you do need a website to keep up with it. Orders going in and out a lot, creating new boxes monthly. This isn't my favorite, but these sell. So this type of business sells for a good amount compared to other types of businesses. So let's say you're profiting $100,000 a year, you could probably sell this for $500,000, depending on, again, how many subscribers you have, the nature of the business, and other things like that. So the goal with this type of business would be to sell. So work amount is high. Money to start, you will, again, on average, need a website. You will need probably an LLC if you want to do this, or some sort of business, maybe some insurance for that, and your first order, and then some advertising. So money to start this is going to be medium to high. I'm going to say the lowest amount I think you could start a business like this would be $1,000. So 1,000 plus, I'd say 1,000 to 5,000, depending. 5,000 is on the very high end if you want to do a lot of advertising. Time to profit. From when you start your initial investment, I'm gonna say 3 months plus. Now, reason being for this is you gotta set everything up. You have to have that initial order and you have to pay to acquire customers. That's the only way you're really gonna be able to get the word out on this type of business. Now, how much money can you make with this? A lot. Let's say you have a $50 a month thing and you get 5,000 people in there. That's $250,000 a month minus whatever your expenses are. Let's just say they're half, which they won't be for a business like this. You're making $125,000 a month in profit. We'll say, what's that? Can I do math? I can't do math. We'll just say that's 1.5 million a year. And if you're profiting 1.5 million a year and you want to sell this business, you can probably go for 4 to 5 million. So money to be made is high on this. So you can make millions with this type of business model. Again, it depends on what type of subscription you want to do, but this is mainly the subscription boxes. Now, how long will it be around? The subscription model will always be around. However, subscription boxes, they're kind of more fads in and out, depending. So I'm going to say 1 to 4 years with whatever niche you choose. Again, it depends how you structure the business, how you set it up. Now, difficulty to learn, this does have a good amount going on. So I'm going to say medium to high for how hard this is to learn. And competition, I'm going to say medium on this because there's a lot of people that do this. But again, there's so many different niches you can do this in. There's a lot that aren't taken, but a lot of the main ones, health, gaming, beauty, stuff like that, are taken. So that is going to be number 5, which is subscription businesses. Guess I don't really need the pros and cons on this since most of these are here. So I'll give you guys some quick pros and cons of that one. So pros, a lot of money, easy to exit the business and get a big return on what you initially invested. It's monthly reoccurring, so you're not going to have a $100,000 month and then a $5,000 month. So it's relatively stable growth depending on the business. Cons, again, you saw them all right here. I'm not going to list them again. So what is the second business I'm talking about? So number 4 on my list is going to be a software business. Now I know what you're saying. How am I going to make a software? I don't have 50 grand to spend on a developer. There are different ways about going about this, and I will make a separate video in a couple of days on how I started a software business with $0 to begin. So it is possible. You partner with a developer, do something else, and I know what you're saying, I don't know what to make. There's a lot of simple softwares making 6 figures a month in profit that are Chrome extensions or simple apps. It's very, very easy. I was able to make a Chrome extension for what I wanted in under a month with a developer for $0 again. Gave them part of my business. I'll make a video on that in the future. So a software business, if you can solve a simple need, doesn't have to be, okay, I'm going to create an email autoresponder, the best thing in the world. You start with one little feature and build off that and start building the base. But again, it can be a monthly thing, it can be a one-time service, and it can be around a niche and very niche specific. It can solve one problem, and that can be a multi-million-dollar business. Now, how much work does this take? It takes a good amount of work. So I'm going to put high on this one to start, and then it moves to medium. Now, why is it high? Obviously, you have to build it. Again, it might not be you. It'll be someone else if you're partnering with them. If you can find a developer. Now, if you can't find a developer and you want to do your own and just pay a developer to do it instead of partnering with you, if you're just doing a Chrome extension or an app, you're probably looking at 5 to 10K, which majority of you won't be spending on a business like this, but some of you might be able to. Which is why I recommend partnering. If you want a full-blown software, you're probably looking at 50 to 100K. So startup cost can be 0. It can be a couple $100,000. It depends on what you're building. Simple Chrome extension, 5 to 10K. Again, partnering, giving a smaller percentage, 20, 25%, is pretty normal. Now, again, nature of the software business, any niche solves a simple problem. You don't have to say, I want it to fix it this way. It's what you work with the developer on. It seems intimidating. It's really not, guys. I know nothing about software. I'm building 2 right now. So how much time to profit? Actually, the work amount again. High to start because you got to build it, set up everything. And then it's really acquiring customers, making small tweaks or new features, which is why it moves to medium. Now, if you guys are not liking this video so far, you're like, great, software and subscription. The next 3 aren't as like legit businesses, so stay tuned. Time to profit. Again, depends on the model. If you're doing this one, I'm going to say 4 months to a year. So it does take a little bit longer because it is more money, but you can get a huge return on this. So money to be made, billions. Software companies sell for billions. Smaller ones sell for tens or hundreds of millions. With the software I'm creating, we'll save it for the next video. I'll tell you what it is and that whole story because it's pretty interesting. Got a video coming on that soon though, guys. So money to be made, tons, tons, tons. The nature of software business. I create a software similar to someone else's, put a small tweak on it, maybe some benefits that are better, and market it better. And I start growing, and they're a relatively big company, and I know how to market and do all this. They have 2 choices. Try and compete with me or buy me out. Nature of the software business is not to be in it forever. The nature, just like the first one, is to sell the business. and they sell for lots. Again, depending on the churn rate, which is how long people stick with your business. And if you structure your software to have a lower churn rate, which you can do, I'll go over in that next video, it has a very, very high evaluation. If I get 5,000 people, which isn't too difficult if you're targeting the right niches with advertising and whatnot, at $50 a month, again, 250,000, you can probably sell your software business for 5 to 10 times what you're making in a year. Again, that's a total guess. I don't actually know, but I know they go for a lot. And again, it depends on multiple factors, but you can make a ton of money. Now, competition, I'm gonna put medium here. Again, it does vary on the niche. Software has a bigger barrier to entry because people are scared because they hear software and they think, I don't know how to build it, I don't know anything about software. You don't need to. It's what the developer's for. And having them on board, on your team, to always tweak things instead of paying them one time. This also scares the crap out of people. Because they see that, they're like, nope, no, don't have that, can't lose that. But you don't have to pay that. Now, how long will this type of business last? It depends on the niche. If you're gonna go make an Amazon software, it depends how long Amazon selling will be around. What if Amazon changes the rules? So it can be very short term, it can be 10 plus years. So it really varies. So I'm gonna say 1 to 10 plus years. Again, great writing, I know. Now, how hard is a software business to learn? It's actually more simple than the subscription base. So let's give this one a medium as well, because all you have to know how to do is figure out the problem, how to solve it, and then how to market that solved problem to the right customers. In theory, it's that simple. So what is the competition like? I said it is medium as well. So that is number 4, not 2, 4. Now, number 3. Now we're getting to the less real businesses and the more I'm doing it from my house, which is the kind of stuff I like. Again, both of those first ones can be. So number 3 is going to be affiliate marketing. Surprise, surprise. Now, affiliate marketing, if you don't know what it is I get a commission to sell someone's product or service or to have someone sign up. There's different types. So I can be paid $3 per email. I bring a certain business. I can be paid $30 per sale if I sell you this whiteboard, things like that. If you buy a software online, AKA like Jungle Scout with Amazon, I get paid for that. So you can get affiliate links to do affiliate marketing. Now you can do this through building different channels such as YouTube, or you can do advertising with this. So with affiliate marketing, the work is kind of front loaded. So it's pretty medium. It's like high / medium to start. And then it kind of goes to lowish / medium. I know, great words. So again, it is work up front if you're setting up a website page, which is easy. Again, these sound intimidating until you do them and figure out how easy it is. I don't know how to build a website. It's easy, it takes 10 minutes. So low to medium work after you get started, get going, it's managing. Now again, there are free ways to do this. You can do it through Instagram, through Facebook, through YouTube, through SEO if you know how to do SEO. I never really use SEO much. Or you can do paid traffic with ads. So money to start, it can be $0 or it can be, we'll say 500 for ads to begin. Now the nature of this business, one of the cons, I'm not gonna write down, but one of the cons is you have a lot of small losses and then a big win. Now what does that mean? If you're using ads for affiliate marketing, you're usually testing a bunch of different things. It's all about split testing, testing multiple things, see what works, and then scaling up what works. So why did I put 500 for ads? It's usually, okay, spend $25, $50. Okay, this isn't working. I need to change something over here or try a different ad, try a different product. So it's a bunch of small losses, say $50 loss, $50 loss, $50 loss, and then maybe a $1,000 a month win. And then that kind of continues for a while. And then you're having other losses, little losses, big wins. So that is kind of the nature of affiliate marketing. Now, how long until you're profitable? Starting with $0, 1 minute to be profitable. 1 minute. Now, if you're spending ads, it still should be under a month to be profitable. So you can profit really quick starting affiliate marketing, which is why it's above those other businesses. How much money can be made? There's people making a couple million a year. I haven't really heard of anyone except for very few outliers, like 2 or 3 making over a couple million a year. So I'm going to say 5 million to be made. If you're doing the free version, you can still make 6 figures. I'm not going to say you're going to make millions with the free version unless you have a giant YouTube or Instagram, but you still can make money other ways. So it's just figuring out how to monetize those. So you can make a good amount of money. I don't think anyone's complaining with a couple 100,000 or a couple million a year. How long will it last? Affiliate marketing has been around for a long time, and it will be around as long as people are selling things on the internet. If I'm selling my course right here, I'm going to want other people to promote it, and I'll give them a small piece to bring me more money. So that's just the nature of the game. There's affiliates for almost every single product or service on the internet. So I'm saying as long as selling on the internet's around, it'll be around. So I'm going to go ahead and say forever, or 50 plus years. How hard is it to learn? There's very easy ways. There's a little bit more complex ways to it. It depends what you want to learn about it. So with affiliate marketing, I'm going to say it's medium, because there are a couple things that are not super simple, but most of it is relatively easy. The hard part, not the hard part, but the complex part people don't like as much is, okay, I got to set up a website. It's kind of tedious and annoying. And just figuring out how to use Facebook ads if you're going to do it that way. The simple part is the business model. Okay, I need to get, it's just looking at numbers. Okay, I'm spending $100 a day on ads. It's a high amount. You don't have to. You can start with $5 a day. Let's say, okay, I'm spending $100 a day on ads. I'm getting 50 clicks, and I'm getting 3 purchases where I get paid $20 each. So I'm spending 100, I'm making 60, and I'm getting 50 clicks. What can I do to increase this amount here of clicks? What can I do to increase the conversions per click? What does the ad look like? And it's just testing little things, seeing what the numbers spit back, and then adjusting. So it's not too difficult to learn. Again, once you get going with any of these guys, it's easy. I was in the same spot you were 2 years ago. All these different ways of making money, do they work? Do they not work? They all seem complicated. I don't know how to do them all. Once you learn one thing, it's the same thing over and over again. And you're like, wow, this is easier. I just had to learn it. And that's kind of the same thing I was doing with software. I was so intimidated by it, but I got it and I'm like, wait, this is a joke. This is so easy. I can make like 10 of these. So just please try these. Competition, it's a weird one. So it's high/medium, I'm gonna say on this one. Yes, I'm too indecisive to choose just one on most of these. Reason it's high. There's a lot of people that do this. It's been around for a while. The reason it's high/medium, so many products, many services, many niches you can choose from. There's a guy making $2,000 a day affiliate marketing a treehouse building course. I'm not joking. You can make a lot of money with any niche. Guy was making $3,000 a day affiliate marketing a flashlight. So many niches. You're not going to find a ton of competition in some tiny niches. There's some that are untapped. There's some that have low competition or people not knowing what they're doing in them. And then there's ones with very high competition, like make money online, health and beauty, pets, things like that. So it's just finding the right thing. Now, pros and cons. Pro, no money to start. You don't have to risk any money to begin to actually make money. You can do the free ways. Cons, it can take a little bit to make money. You do need to build some momentum, so it can be slow. It can be, great, I made $200 this month, and then I made $300, and then, but you gotta look at a percentage. Maybe you went from 200 to 300, it's a 50% increase. What if you're making 20,000 and you went to 30,000 a month? So it's just scaling it up. So let's move to number 2, which the majority of you are probably expecting. Again, if you're watching this long, thank you. We're gonna get to the 2 best ones, and I'm gonna explain them more. Now, if you guys do wanna learn any of the things I'm talking about, I don't have anything for number 4 or 5 because, I mean, they're pretty good, but I don't have any direct free information on those. If you want to look up those, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. Again, any of this stuff, you can find a lot of free information out there, whether it's from my channel or other people's. If you do want to go more in depth with it, I do have a course on affiliate marketing and on these next 2 we are talking about. So let's get to it. Next business, number 2, the second best one you can start in 2018 is going to be Amazon selling or Amazon FBA. Now, if you know my channel, you saw this one coming. Now, Amazon, it's kind of like drop shipping. It's not. You buy inventory from China. They ship it from China directly to Amazon. You never touch the product. And when someone buys your product off Amazon, Amazon ships it out. So you do almost no work once you get it up and going. Now, nature of this business is it does take a little bit of money to start. There's no free way to start this unless you're drop shipping, which you make way less money doing on Amazon. I'm not talking about Shopify here. Now, again, how much work is this? So the only real work with Amazon is finding the right product. Now, how do you find the right product? That's a whole different thing. I have videos on that if you want to go look them up. So how much work is Amazon? I'd say it's a good amount of work up front. I'd give it probably, again, it can be however much you want though with this. If you only want to look an hour a day for products, you can do that. So I'd say it'll take you 2 to 3 hours a day for a week or two to find a product. And then after that, it's about 1 to 2 hours a month of just managing it. And then maybe a couple more if you want to find a new product. So I'm going to say for work amount, very low after, oh, that's an and sign, after 1 month. So after the first month, very, very low, hour or two a month. Again, depends if you want to scale it up, I'd say a couple hours a week then. So by far the lowest work amount you will see on this list. How much money do you need to start? I have had people start with $600. My recommendation is normally about $1,000. So I'm going to say $750 to $1,000 to begin. Again, that's for your first order of inventory. You need about 200 to 500 units to begin. Again, if you want more details on Amazon FBA, I have a lot of videos on those and a course which will be in the description. Now, how long to profit? Now, with the nature of Amazon, you need to be, so you're doing product research. Let's say you order your product December 1st. Let's say January 1st, make it easy. You order your product January 1st. Supplier takes a week to manufacture it, 2 weeks to ship. So it takes 3 weeks to get into Amazon and then maybe a week to build momentum, start ads and start selling. So I'd say usually 1 month is pretty normal. Sometimes 1 to 2. Now, how much money can you make? You can make a ton. There's a guy in my course, has been doing it for a while, and he made $600,000 in sales, not profit. I don't know what his exact profit is. Mine is normally 30 to 50%. I'll lowball it and say his is 20%. So still making 6 figures profit a month with that. So you can make a lot of money. There's multiple people doing 2 to 5 million a year on Amazon. Now, I don't really know anyone that's not a huge brand already off of Amazon that's doing over 10 million. So I'm going to say kind of the cap here. I haven't seen much of more than 1 or 2 people, 5 million a year, which again, I don't think anyone will complain with. So I'm going to say that's kind of the cap. Realistic though, if you're starting your first product, I'd say 2,000 to 4,000 profit per month per product you start is realistic with about a 2 to 4 week time period to find a new product. So how long will it last? So most people recently, because it's starting to become a little bit bigger on YouTube, but it's been for a while, which you don't know, is YouTube. Amazon's selling has been around for 10 plus years already. Being able to do it, it's not a new thing. So you might have just started hearing about it and you're like, oh wow, look at all these people doing it. It's super competitive. Wrong. That's what I thought when I first started too. I said, oh, everyone knows about it. It's new. Everyone just found out. I'm too late. Not true at all. It's because you're seeing it more. I did the same thing. You start to see more and more of it from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, because when you start watching something, those medias push that on you more because they know that's what you're watching. You see it more. You think a lot of people know about it. It's becoming newer. It's not. It's been around for multiple years. I started 2.5 years ago and it was more competitive then than it is now. Now I know what you're saying. How is that possible if more people got into it? The ratio of sales on Amazon to the amount of sellers was lower 2 years ago than it is now. So there's more sales per seller on Amazon now than there was 2.5 years ago when I started. So it's actually an easier opportunity than when I got going. So how long will it last? However long Amazon's around, they took over Walmart about 1.5 years ago, maybe a year ago, for the biggest online retailer in the US. There's one bigger than them in China, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be around for another 10 plus years. They acquired Whole Foods. They're gonna start doing that in multiple other niches as well until they dominate or the government tries to slow them down because they're a monopoly of life. So Amazon's gonna control your life pretty soon because they're that big. So it'll be around for a while. Again, Amazon may make changes to what sellers can and can't do. They did that about 2 years ago, and I freaked out because I was stupid and didn't know, but you just adjust. They're never gonna say, oh, you guys can't sell, we're gonna sell all our own products. They don't have the cash flow to do that. Well, they might have, but they don't want that type of business. They make money off of you selling with them too. So how hard is Amazon to learn? It takes a little bit of thinking and, again, analyzing numbers simply to learn. If you're gonna learn on YouTube, it will take you a couple months. All the information is out there to learn. Now, I always recommend taking a course on something, not because you can't get that information anywhere else. Anything in any course is online for free out there. Same with school, same with anything. But is it worth your time to go out for 3 or 4 months, try and learn everything, and maybe miss 1 or 2 crucial things that can cost you more than buying a course would have done? Or take a course for 2 or 3 days, learn everything, and be ready to go 3 months ahead of time for spending $500 on a course. Now again, there's no secret information in any course about anything. All the information's out there for free, but it's not worth the time and effort to spend hundreds of hours to go learn it, maybe get misinformation from some different people, or even miss 1 or 2 big things with Amazon that can cost you your entire order. So how hard is it to learn? I'm gonna give it a medium to low, just because once you learn the process, it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's easy, you just have to know what to look for. And again, I have free videos on that as well, and a course in the description. Competition, I'm gonna put this as medium right now. Now, I'm not gonna go and say, oh, Amazon's wide open, it's super easy, there's no competition on there. There's a decent amount of people that do it now. A lot of them don't do it well, don't know what they're doing. And a lot of people get scared of selling on Amazon and thinking of suppliers in China. So that is a little bit of a barrier to entry as well as the price point for some people. But there's no way it's oversaturated, too competitive. With the amount of students I still have finding products every single day and doing well. So that's gonna be number 2 with Amazon. Pros and cons. Pros, very, very passive, not a lot of work at all once you get going. Cons, it can take a little bit to profit and the money to start, which again isn't too bad. So let's move to number 1, guys, what you've been waiting for. If you are still here at this point in the video, I appreciate it. Give me a comment and say, let's do a little giveaway for the guys that are still here. Just comment giveaway in the comments so I know you're still here and you watched this long, and I'll give you guys a little something. I'll pick one of the winners in the comments. So it's for you guys sticking around. Now the last business is going to be personal branding. Now what is personal branding? It's what I'm doing right now. I'm on YouTube, I'm talking to you, I'm building myself, my brand. So my YouTube, my Instagram, I'm making money from YouTube ad revenue. I'm making money from my courses, make money from other things as well. There's a lot of different sources of income. I do have more in-depth videos on this as well, but this is the number 1. Now, why is it number 1? And let's just go over what it is again real quick. So for me, if you've watched me from the beginning or it's your first time seeing me, I started off doing Amazon, did that for 2 years, started a YouTube channel, started just making videos. People asked for a course, I made a course, and now my personal brand has expanded into Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, making money online, and a bunch of information products as well, such as courses, Facebook groups, whatnot. And that's what personal branding is, building up you as a brand. And people start to follow you no matter what you do. So if I go say, hey guys, I'm gonna be a full-time Bitcoin investor. I'm not, don't worry. A lot of people would still follow me because they're coming from me now instead of my content. So personal branding, you can make the most money, it's not a lot of work, and it is the most sustainable, and I will show you right here. So how much work is it? It depends what you wanna do. For me, I make a post on Instagram a day, I make a YouTube video a day, and I work on other things if I need to. I'm gonna say 1 to 2 hours a day with maybe a week or 2 spike every 3 or 4 months of 6 to 8 hour days for 2 to 3 days. Again, it depends. I'm creating a course right now, so it's a lot more. But on average, I make a YouTube video, I make an Instagram post, and I reply to emails 1 to 2 hours a day. All right, guys, sorry about that. I got cut off by my camera because this video is too long. So I ended up filming these out. I'll go over them with you real quick. So we left off where the work amount was 1 to 2 hours. It's not a lot with this. Now, how much money do you need to start? $0. You can start with your webcam, you can start with your phone. You don't need anything to begin personal branding. So how much time to profit? About 1 week. It doesn't take long to profit at all with this type of model. It depends on what kind of income sources you're gonna have with this, because there's about 20 different ways you can make money with a personal brand. There's probably even more. I do a lot of them. It does not take a lot of time to profit. Now, some of the ways you can make the money to be made, which I put at $50+ million, if you look at someone like Tai Lopez bringing in 50 million from online products, just making a YouTube video a day, not even, that's insane. He'll do a live stream and make 100,000 in a night. So there is tons and tons of money to be made with this from a lot of different sources. You can make more doing this than I'd say anything else almost in the world, unless you started a huge business and sold, or you're the Google or Microsoft that big. Now, what are some of the ways you can make money with personal branding? YouTube ads. So if you saw at the start, the end, the middle of this video, there's an ad, I get paid for that. Now, if you're wondering how much I get paid, I have 70,000 subs. I get about $10 to $12 per 1,000 views. So right now I'm a little over 6,500 a month with YouTube, which isn't bad, 10 months in. Now you can sell information products. I have courses, there's paid Facebook groups. You can do a newsletter that if you're an investor, maybe you do your top picks, stuff like that. Your sub base starts coming for you instead of the information you're posting. So they don't mind what kind of things you're doing as long as they're working and you're helping them out in some way. Now, you don't in any means need to be in the entrepreneur make money online, I'm an expert niche. You can go teach people how to paint if you're good at painting. You can teach them how to decorate, things like that. So tons of different ways to make money in any niche with YouTube. Affiliate marketing, we talked about that before. This is the best way to do affiliate marketing if you want to start that. You can get paid to speak, you can do sponsorships, you can do consulting, tons and tons of different things. Now, when you're really big, when you start growing in a couple years, when you're million+ subs, we'll say 3 to 5 years from now, affiliate marketing, Tai Lopez, you pay him $100,000 to $200,000 just to promote your course or whatever it is to his email list, plus 50%. So if my course is $1,000 and I'm like, hey, Tai, can you promote this? I'll give you 150 grand here and then 50%, and he does $1 million in sales. He just made $650,000 sending one email. Yeah, I know. So there's a ton of money to be made. I know what you're saying. I'm not an expert. I don't know what to post. Listen to what Gary Vee says and document. Say what you're doing, what's worked, what hasn't worked. People want to be able to relate. They're not looking for some celebrity expert. Relatability is the biggest thing on YouTube. So be relatable, engage with your audience, and it does take a little time first starting, but once you grow, it's exponential. That's why you'll see the huge guys going from 1 million to 2 million subs in 3 or 4 months, and you maybe went from 0 to 10,000 that time. It's exponential growth when you start YouTube. It's a long-term game. And that brings me to how long will it last? It's going to be around forever. Now, why? There's always going to be people wanting to engage with other people online. So as long as the internet's there, people are going to watch other people, hence TV, YouTube, and movies, other things like that. So no matter what happens, if YouTube dies, Instagram dies, there's always going to be the next big social media site or presence, and you just move to that. Your following comes for you, not your information anymore. When you start, it's mainly your information, but they start coming for you. So if you move from YouTube to pretend there's a new Vine, they're gonna follow. A lot of them will follow. So it's easy to move platforms if you need to and just make adjustments so you don't have to worry about losing out with that. How hard is it to learn? It's pretty dang simple unless you want to get into the depths of it. With how all of this works and how you can actually make a lot. That I'd say is medium. It's not too hard, but there's not much information out there for free on this one's particular because it's relatively new. Most YouTubers have no idea what they're doing and do everything wrong. So even the big ones, they could grow way more, make way more money if they knew how to do a lot of these things. So there is some free information. There's not a ton on YouTube, but I do have a course coming out on this December 31st. So keep an eye out for that, or it's already out now if you're watching after that. And competition, I put very, very low. Why very low? YouTube, I know you're saying, oh, everyone jumps on YouTube, everyone does this. Everyone's a vlogger on YouTube, doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't know how to make money, and does the exact same thing. People on YouTube also don't just watch one person. I guarantee I'm not the only YouTuber in the entrepreneur niche or make money online you're watching. You watch Tai Lopez, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, a couple other people, Alex Becker. I guarantee most of you watch more than one if you're interested in that subject. So it's not you either choose me or you choose Alex Becker. It's any of them. So you watch multiple. So it's not a lot of competition, and it's so new, the whole using YouTube as a business like I'm doing, that not a lot of people know how to do it or that it's even possible. I didn't know it was possible. I started and I was like, wait, I have 800 subscribers and I just made 50,000 this month. And I was like, wait, I have 2,000 subscribers and I just made 300,000 from them. How is that possible? So a lot is possible. And this is meant to be implemented with whatever else you're doing. If you're doing affiliate marketing, make your YouTube with it and start making money doing that. And this will become your primary business because you make more doing this than any of the other things. That's the nature of this. So if you guys stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.